Setting goals for library marketing is incredibly important. A couple of weeks ago, I wrote a post about it and I issued a challenge. You all responded. I accepted. We're going to set some goals in 60 seconds just ahead in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Angela Hursh. I'm from the blog superlibrarymarketing.com. Go there to request a topic for a future episode of the show just by clicking on the Library Marketing Show tab. You can also nominate a library for kudos. I'm going to give away kudos a little later. Before we do that, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on LinkedIn so you never miss an episode. All right, I'm so excited. I have 3 people who I've chosen from everybody who submitted a challenge, a goal challenge for me. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in this. I picked 3. They're kind of different from each other. And I'm going to set a goal for each of these people in 60 seconds or less. So here we go. I'm going to show you how easy it is. The first person is Rowana, and she wrote in from the New Carlisle Public Library. And her request was as follows. Our creative space, which is their makerspace, is not getting the usage we would like. What is a reasonable goal for this space? It includes a 3D printer, photo scanner, cry cuts, and a workspace. Great question, Rowana. So here's my goal, 60 seconds or less. We want it to be ambitious and achievable. So what if we said we're going to increase the weekly use of your creative space by 25% within the next 3 months? I think 25% is very reasonable. 3 months is a good span, gives you a little bit of time to really start marketing it and seeing those results. And you didn't ask for this help, but I can tell you, I think one of the greatest ways to promote a makerspace is to promote each individual feature. So not promoting the entire makerspace as a place where people can come, but taking each feature and what problem does it solve? So the 3D printer, what problem does that solve for your community? Your cry cut, what does that solve for your community? Your photo scanner, what problem does that solve for your community? And you can do targeted messaging around one feature of your makerspace, maybe once a week for the next 3 months to get that 25% increase. So I hope that helps, Rowana. My next person, I was going to say contestant. I used to watch The Price is Right a lot as a child. Can you tell? The next person to write in was Joy from the Lisle Library District. And Joy asked for help setting a goal with reaching her certain community in her patron area. This area in their service range has the fewest library cards, and they're mostly professional millennials without children. Great thing to make a goal for, Joy. So here we go, 60 seconds or less. I think a 20% increase in library card registrations within that certain community over the next 6 months is an absolutely reasonable goal. Now, how are we going to do that? For millennials, I think you can host events in that community at places where they have public gathering spaces. You may be able to partner with organizations that work with professionals. You may be able to go into, if there are larger companies, you can ask to come in and talk to the employees of those companies. Maybe during lunchtime, if they have like a cafeteria, or sometimes they have events that go on and you can come in and actually speak, or maybe during their all staff meeting. Companies do have all staff meetings, and you can ask for 5 minutes of their time to come in and get those folks registered. You could also do some door-to-door work in that community. And I think those are very reasonable ways to reach a goal of 20% more library card registrations for that community. So I hope that helped, Joy. And I did it in less than 60 seconds, guys. My third person, her name is Lisa. She did not share what library she works for, but she did say she worked for a public library. And she said to me, we need something to gain more followers and patrons to know when our events are. Okay, so Lisa, those are 2 different things, but I'm going to do both of them in less than 60 seconds. Here we go. Social media, I think you focus on one platform at a time. So let's talk about Instagram. I would say if you want to increase usage of Instagram or your followers of Instagram by 20% over the next 3 months, maybe 25 if you're really ambitious. And you can do that by putting into practice the best practices for Instagram for 2024. I just released that guide a few days ago on super library marketing. I'll put a link down in the show description or the comments if you're watching on LinkedIn, but that will be a way you implement those best practices and you can increase your followers over a 3-month span. Now, let's talk about event attendance, because I think those are two different things. A reasonable goal for increasing event attendance would be 30% within the next 3 months. And here's how you do it. Once or twice a week, you're going to send an email out to your cardholders. You're going to segment your cardholders if possible, maybe by their location or by their interest would be even better. And you are going to send them an email promoting one event. Do it once or twice a week. Twice a week would be really great over the next 3 months. And I bet you'll see an increase in event attendance of 30% in the next 3 months, but you have to do it consistently and you have to make sure those emails are targeted. So I hope that was helpful, Lisa. Now, I did this whole exercise to show you how easy it is to set goals for your library. If you missed the post about goal setting for library marketing, I'll put a link down in the show description or the comments on LinkedIn. Let me know, is your library setting goals? Why don't we set a goal for the next year that we're going to set goals for our library marketing? I want to hear if your library is, or if not, why are you still hesitant to do that? Or maybe there's some hurdle to doing that I haven't thought of. Let me know down in the comments. Let's start a conversation. All right, it's time for my favorite part of the show, the kudos. And today's kudos is going to go to the Springfield-Greene County Library for a really fun reel that they put on Instagram. I'm going to put a link down in the show description of YouTube or the comments if you're watching on LinkedIn. But I think they must have scripted this out, a whole video that sort of parodies the Breakfast Club, but in the library. And I just thought it was really cute and fun. Sometimes these kudos go to very simple things that get a lot of engagement. And this post certainly did. As of this recording, it has 200 likes, which is pretty great for a library reels. So kudos to you, Springfield-Greene County Library. That's it for today's episode. But this channel is full of much more advice for library marketing. If you want to continue learning, head to the next video and I'll see you there.